All right, we're recording. Hello, everybody. And today on our team call, Amy's going to be talking about storytelling. So I'm just going to let her go, and then I will add anything at the end. Or if you guys have any questions, you can just ask us, and we can answer them. So Aimee, you can go ahead and get started if you want.
Okay, awesome. Welcome. And I just wanted to say hello to the people on live and the people who are watching the recording. Thank you for watching. So basically, I want to talk to you guys because I've been watching lots of the recordings on YouTube, and especially like trying to keep up with some of the top coaches, and not to, try and be them, because very much you want to be yourself, but some of the tidbits that they have to share are really helpful, and just trying to emulate some of the things that they say, are helpful for you to do and make your own. And so I was watching a call that was something that Amber Scott put on, who is one of the top 10 coaches for the last couple years. If you want to follow her on Facebook, it says Amber Scott, but I guess now her last name is Snow because she's gotten married. But if you search for Amber Scott, you can find her. I think that she's really down to earth when she talks and stuff. She's like, seems very normal. Some of the top coaches, I think maybe because they've been on their journey longer, I find maybe a little bit intimidating because they're really polished and things like that. And not that Amber isn't, but to me, she seems more like somebody maybe I could sit down and have a conversation with versus someone who's like giving me a lecture in a classroom or something like that. So anyway, I watched a call that she gave on storytelling, and I've actually watched it twice now because it really impacted me a lot, and I think it's something that we can really use every day in our lives. And I know that we all really want to grow our businesses, and in doing so, we really want to touch other people's lives and, help them to improve their health. And I know some people just have this fire, but are maybe having a little bit of difficulty getting those challengers or attracting people to be on their team as coaches and things like that. And so I think that storytelling is really the key to that. And one thing that people say is that facts tell, but stories sell, right? And so not that we're trying to sell something, but in a way, like I remember one day Kim even telling me, we're trying to sell our lifestyle. So we're not trying to sell products, but we're trying to share ourselves with people and show people what it's like to live this type of lifestyle, and hopefully for them to want to join us in doing that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that storytelling and how we can use it. So the very first thing you want to think when you're thinking like, what is storytelling? Well, this is something that of course you can do in person, but it's also something that, because so many of us grow our businesses over social media, that we can do over social media. And so the first thing that you want to consider is you want to know your objective of telling the story. So think about if you're scrolling through your news feed, which all of us say we don't recommend, but think about if you're looking at what some other people are saying and someone else is, posting something. If you have a friend that posts something and it says something like, hey guys, my mom lives in Arizona and my dad lives in Washington and my dad works at blah, blah, blah. And like, you're already bored, right? You already don't care what they're saying. And it's just a couple sentences in. But if the person starts out saying something like, did I tell you that my parents are getting remarried? Like, that catches your attention, right? Because that sounds weird. Like, what? Tell me the story about that. Well, then the next line can be like, my mom lives here, my dad lives here. They start talking again, whatever. You've caught their eye. Okay, so from the beginning, you need to know what your objective is and kind of almost state that out front. You want to grab their attention, because sometimes when we tell a story, it is going to be longer than a sentence or two post, right? And you want people to read it. You don't want people to see that your post is really long and get bored, right? So you want to have that attention grabber to start with. So know what your objective is, lead with the point, grab people's attention. That's number one. Okay, at the end, when you've told your story, you want to end right where you want the reader to stop and think. Okay, so you want to end also at a pivotal point. to where they think, could I do that? Maybe I could be a part of that, you know? So you want to start and end with something powerful and strong, okay? Make sure that your story is a reasonable length, okay? Sometimes, especially like maybe our coming out type of post, is going to be a little bit longer, right? But you can't have every story you tell be like a full page post. People will be like, oh, this girl, she never stops talking. You know, it's that word vomit. We're so excited, but not everyone can understand that excitement. So make sure in general it's a reasonable length. And one of the reasons that's important is because I am going to encourage you to tell these stories a lot, at least once a day. And we'll talk about that again at the end. But and then the other thing that you don't have to end with this every single time, but oftentimes you want to end with a call to action, okay? So your stories, a lot of the time you are going to want them to be about your lifestyle and your health and fitness and things like that. If that is the case, then your call to action can be something as simple as, if you're ready to start your own journey, contact me at whatever, you know, your email address, or PM me, or Instagram, whatever you're on, right? That can be your call to action. It doesn't have to be like so much, join my challenge group, it can just be something as simple as, if you are ready to start your journey, if you want to join me, that type of thing. If you're ready to commit to get healthier, that can be your call to action. You don't always have to have a call to action. You probably don't want to have a call to action every single time, because then people will just be like, oh, there she is again. You know, you want people to know you're real and you are coming at them with sincerity, right? Which I know we all are, but we want to make sure we come off that way as well. So, and then the other thing is, when you're storytelling, it doesn't always have to explicitly be about your health and fitness, right? Sometimes I think we can do the storytelling either about our lifestyle, so it kind of indirectly goes for that. And I know for most of us here on this team, we're not at a point yet where this is our full-time job, and that may or may not be your goal. But you can still talk about your lifestyle and how what you're doing is improving your lifestyle and the changes that you've seen. Like, for instance, Kim talks to me a lot in private or in our challenge groups. She'll talk about how much this change in her lifestyle has affected her family, and how her kids are so into working out with her, and they have, you know, their favorite fitness instructors, and how, you know, they want to pick, oh, I want to work out with Autumn, or I want to work out with, you know, Shanti, or whatever. Use that. Tell a story about that and post about it, because so many people are parents, you know, mothers or fathers, thinking, oh, I can't fit this into my lifestyle because, you know, of my kids. I'm doing whatever with my kids, and what would I do with them? Well, I mean, her kids aren't old, you guys. They're young, and they're working out with her. And, you know, sometimes my kids do too. Take a picture of your kids working out with you. It's okay if you kind of pose it at the end of the workouts, okay? Typically when Randy and I do our pictures, like, we've done the entire workout, and then I'm like, oh, I kind of liked this part. Will you take a picture of me? Or I set up, you know, my phone to do an automatic picture. We just did yoga tonight, and I'm real dorky and excited that I bought us some like yoga blocks. So I was like, please take this dorky picture with me with our new yoga blocks. And like, I'm going to post that on Facebook, being like, look at this, because like, anyone that knows him would not be like, oh, Randy's totally doing yoga, you know, and he really likes it. But I mean, he loved Pio. I jokingly, after we finished our Pio, I jokingly and said, when we were trying to decide what to do next, maybe we should do Pio, kind of kidding. And he was like, I loved Pio. So I mean, like, you can open up new worlds to people by doing the storytelling. That's my point. And then the other good thing about storytelling is sometimes that'll get people more involved with your post. And we've talked about things like affinity score on Facebook. And so you might want to post things like, lately I've been trying to purposefully post things that I know people are going to respond to, kind of like, not just junk, But something that I think is interesting that I know people are going to respond to, because that's going to increase your affinity score. And that means more people are going to see all of your posts, not just, your silly posts, but your health and fitness posts and your inspirational posts and all that. And so, sometimes think about that type of thing. So like one thing that she gave as an example is, for instance, like those of us who are married, like a lot of us, the wives bear the brunt of the cooking, right? So if your husband cooks for you, like it's super exciting, right? So she said, for instance, like if you posted something like you started out with, I love it so much when my husband cooks dinner for us. And, tonight he cooked whatever, and start out like that. Or another great way to start out would be like, okay, guys, I just have to stop and just, give a shout out to my husband or love on my husband because he's just really been stepping out there for me doing cooking or cleaning or whatever. And then say like, relationships take a lot of work, but I have so much gratitude, and my gratitude and positivity has increased with our healthy lifestyle increasing, with our fitness and our, concentrating on more healthy eating habits. Like our positivity in general has increased, and that's improved our relationship. And comment below something that you're awesome that your husband's done for you. Well, then people are going to be excited. Oh, your husband did something sweet for you. I want to talk about my husband. They're going to be commenting below. They're going to be feeling better about their relationship, themselves. They're going to see what their friends' husbands are doing. If their husbands are on Facebook, they can tag them, then the husbands are feeling good. I mean, that's a great one, I think. And even little things like that we don't realize, not even just your husband, a friend has done for you or whatever, like make a story out of it and call out that friend and be like, this person's so great. And then your friend will feel great, and their friends will see the positive relationship between the two of you. I think that would be awesome. So another thing that I remember Lauren said, and another thing that Amber mentioned too, was all day long, take pictures. We all have like our phones, especially maybe our iPads, whatever, with us all day long. Take pictures of everything you do all day. So those are little moments in your life. That's like capturing your life for you. You can take pictures of, a lot of us take pictures of our food, great. Our fitness, great. That's not the only thing you can take pictures of. You see a beautiful sunset, take a picture of it. You see, a flower outside, take a picture of it. I know Diana posted a picture today of a rose bush she planted. Something funny that your kids did, take a picture of it. Piles of laundry that you have to get to, take a picture of it. That doesn't mean you're posting all of them, but you have all of it because it's capturing your life, and you may want to post it. And the other great thing, and I remember Lauren saying this too, is that if you have this huge library of pictures, you don't necessarily have to post it that day. If you have a blah day or a crazy day and you didn't have a chance to take a picture, you can go grab a picture that you took a week ago of some great meal that you cooked. You don't have to say, I cooked this tonight. You don't have to be dishonest about it, but you can be like, oh, this is one of my favorite recipes, and share the recipe or whatever. And with those pictures, don't just post a picture, post a story. Right? So like, a funny picture of one of your kids or whatever. Don't just be like, look at this funny face Jackson made today. I can be like, I'm so blessed that I have the time to spend with him, and that, I'm able to be home during these hours, because a lot of other people are sitting at a desk job doing this or that, wishing they could be with their families. But, look at what this has gotten me, type of thing. Things like that. That's awesome. And then people are, wow, I'd like to do that. I'd like to be grocery shopping in the middle of the day. I'd like to be, hanging out with my kids. I'd like to be going to the spa, whatever it is you're doing. Like, they're going to see that. And so I really like that. So things that you want to think about when you're telling a story. You don't want it to be junk, right? You want it to be something worthwhile. So what different things can you do? Yes, sometimes they're going to be motivational, inspirational. They don't always have to be, okay? You can also educate people, right? So if you're telling a story about a meal you had, or even, sometimes my kids, I can't believe, because our healthy lifestyle has been going on for a couple years, sometimes I can't believe the things that my kids say and know about. I mean, my kids walk through the grocery store and look at the ingredients on everything. They do not buy anything that we don't know the ingredients, and part of it is their food allergies and stuff, but that led to the healthy, lifestyle. My son, who's allergic to corn, picks up every single thing and looks to see if it has some sort of corn derivative. And he even knows some of the terms for like the ways corn hides and things. That's crazy. He's 10, right? But I mean, that's a great example. Education. So educate, motivate, entertain. It could be something entertaining. It doesn't have to be, something inspirational every time. You just want to grab that audience so that they're wanting to follow you and wanting to read your posts. Post something vulnerable every once in a while. People want to connect to you. I know the other day Kim was so nervous about posting a picture where she was wearing, I couldn't believe she said not wearing clothes, which she texted me. Obviously, she wasn't naked, but she was wearing like workout clothes. I was like, it wasn't even revealing. But she posted a picture where it was like you could see her figure, you could see her shape more than some of the other things she's posted. And she was so nervous. You guys, this takes like 1 second of bravery. And then it's out there. So then it's like, oh, wow. Even if you deleted it, someone's seen it, so you might as well leave it up there. She had so many comments on that. People reaching out to her because of this picture she posted, in her 1 second of bravery. So do that. Make yourself vulnerable, right? Tell them about the struggles you've had. Tell them about the wins you've had. But I mean, be real, right? Showcase all the positive things, all the positive changes that you've had in your life. Okay. You can talk about a struggle, but of course don't talk about the negative. Focus on the positives. So that is about the extent of the educational part that I wanted to tell you guys, but, now I'm going to give you guys a call to action. Okay. So I'm going to challenge you. This is what I want you to do, and I'm going to do it too. Okay. So for the next week until our next team call, I want everyone to try and I want everyone to post at least one story per day. Okay. It can be anything. One storytelling story per day. And I want you to take at least 3 pictures per day on your phone. You don't have to post all 3 of those, but you have to take them so that you start building up this library in your phone of things that you can post later or whatever, or not post. Just be like, sometimes like if I'm bored, since I work at night, if I'm bored or like sometimes if I'm down, I'll just go back and look at my pictures and like certain things will cheer me up, or I'll be like, oh my gosh, remember that or whatever. Keep those things in your phone. So 1 story per day, 3 pictures on your phone per day. If you are having trouble thinking of a story, reach out to me, reach out to Shawana, reach out to one of the more experienced, I'm not that experienced, coaches on the team about telling a story, okay? And we will help you tell your story. That doesn't mean I'm going to tell you exactly what to say, but we'll help you to mold it, okay? Because this is what's going to engage people. This is what's going to make them want to join you. Okay, all of you guys can be awesome, inspirational leaders. I'm positive of it. I've seen what you've done in our challenge groups. Now you need to take what you're doing in those challenge groups out to the public and show them how awesome that you can be. Okay? Any questions? Anybody want to add anything?
I do want to add a few things. That was really awesome, Aimee. I do want to add a few things. I just wanted to add, like, when you are telling a story and you are feeling vulnerable and you do actually have something negative happen, don't be afraid to share that, but have an upswing, because somebody's going to relate to your story. Like, just do not be afraid to share with people what's actually going on in your life. Don't be afraid of the judgment, because it's going to inspire the right people to you. The more real you are, the more people that are going to come to you, the more of the right people that are going to come to you. So don't be afraid to share. It also kind of goes into branding when you're storytelling. Just think about who your audience is. Keep it real, but think about who your audience is. Think about it if you're a mom and you're catering to moms and who are busy, who want to get healthy, who wants to have some kind of time to herself. Like, think about that. And this goes more into branding, and we can probably do a call on that for sure, but it all goes hand in hand. So just be you and just be real, and just remember the upswing, and don't be afraid to share anything. And basically Aimee covered it all when it comes to storytelling. And even like she said at the beginning, like, have something at the beginning of it that's like, that is going to capture your audience. The more you do it, the more you're going to know like how you're going to be able to, capture someone or whatever. But just be you at the same time. I was just writing something before this call, and it just wasn't sounding genuine, and I just put it away because it wasn't sounding genuine. I know what I want to say, but like, if you're tired that day and your brain doesn't work right and you don't feel like it's genuine, then guess what? Hold off and don't post it. Just be real, and then post it the next day. But I love the call to action. I was sitting here, Aimee, great minds think alike. I was like, oh my God, we got to get some people to do the storytelling. So I'm going to post this when we're done with the recording as soon as possible to the team page, and have everyone get on the calls to action. So I like that. But great call. And
let me add one more thing. One thing that I noticed, maybe you do, Shawana, and I started doing, when you guys do these posts, you sound desperate. Yes. Okay. I hear you. And so don't do it every time. Okay. No. Kim said she stopped doing the call of action because she felt like she was sounding desperate. Don't do it every time. And I think it can even be something as small as, if you're ready to start your journey, contact me. It does not have to be like something down the throat. Okay. The other thing I was going to say is when you do your stories, tag some of the other people on the team.
Yeah.
And we will comment on your story as well. And that way, that will keep people seeing it, because more people will be commenting. And so I know Shawana does that sometimes. I started doing it, like, especially if it's like recognition, but I do it sometimes with storytelling too. And I think that's a good idea, because if we're commenting, that's going to increase your affinity score, and then more of your friends are going to see it too. So that way we can support one another by commenting. And also people might see like, oh, all these people, like, they don't really know who we are. And they might be like, oh, all these people think, Kim's pretty awesome too. Wow. Maybe I should join her, or whatever.
This is part of your team helping you. So tag your team, tag people in your post, because we're going to support you. And it's just, it's going to increase your infinity score. This might be off subject, but another way to increase your infinity score, guys, I see a lot of people sharing posts. When you share a post, it doesn't really go through your news feed. So instead of just straight sharing a post, a picture you like, something like that, save that picture to your camera for a later date, and then post it from there. So save it to your computer, save it to your camera roll, whatever you need to do, then post it. Because if you're just sharing it, it's not increasing your infinity score and people aren't seeing it. But if you tag people, and also, yes, I agree, a call to action all day, every day does sound desperate, but when a call to action feels right, do it. I feel like I probably do a call of action maybe once or twice a week. I don't do them a lot. But as long as you're out there sharing your story, people are going to come to you. Yes, you got to reach out. Yes, you got to do all of that. But just keep sharing and being genuine, and people are going to come to you. And that's all I really have. Does anyone else have anything to say, or have any questions, or want to add anything? No? Is everybody good? All right. I'm going to post, Aimee, that was awesome. So I'm going to post this to the team page as soon as possible, okay? I'm going to have Brandon help me figure that out so we can do the calls to action, okay?
Awesome.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
We're going to be doing the call every other Thursday. So just, we will probably change the time eventually. So
you mean Wednesday, every other Wednesday?
Oh, my God. Yes. Thank you. Every other Wednesday. I need a nap. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.